Check 1, check 1, 2. Alright. So after seeing a bunch of people talking about the TF2's bot problem, I think it might be a good idea to actually record a video. Or, well, record, quote unquote, record a video. Just record my voice while throwing gameplay up on the screen for you to watch. One of these videos was Modohars, where he explained the bot problem, and he's a huge YouTuber. He might get traction of other YouTubers that might talk about this problem. And YouTubers, when he speak up on something, usually the media picks up on it. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it picked up on PewDiePie saying the N-word on the bridge, you know. So who knows? What people don't realize is about the TF2's bot problem is that I don't really have it's not really affecting me that much because I live in Europe, or well, in Europe, I'm in Sweden. Usually I connect to Stockholm servers or Frankfurt servers, and those are usually populated really good, you know, under the day. But sometimes I can't really play the game myself because, you know, if I play like 9 in the morning on like a school day, I'm usually gonna get bots because nobody's really playing the game at that time. Same with like in the middle of the night, I can't really play the game because, you know, people aren't playing, people are sleeping, and therefore bots fill the lobby. Now, I've queued up with friends that live like in the US, and sometimes sometimes I always get Virginia servers, and those are just overrun. Like, there's no chance of saving them, and I totally get why people say that the game is unplayable, because it is. Because the game coordinator just keeps throwing you into these matches where like it's just bots connects with you. Like, they throw like 2 to 3 people, like actual people, into a match, and the rest is bots. Like, there's nothing, you know, you can't stop that, and that's pain. TF2 is in a lot of pain right now. Makes me cringe from how bad this situation is, and I kind of never realized it before. Because I was like, well, just queue. You'll just queue in the middle of the day, you know? And people, you know, people in the comments of my videos say that they watch my content because they can't play the game otherwise. Unless you only play community servers, but again, community servers suck. I played on Uncletopia once and it wasn't fun because I got destroyed by veteran snipers that had like 6,000 hours on them. Not to say the Uncletopia servers are bad, you know. I don't like the class limits. I don't like that there's fixed pattern making fighting scouts so obnoxious, like random, like no random spread, no random bullet spread is disabled. So playing against scouts is so obnoxious. And again, you're playing with veteran people, like people who have been playing this game for a long time. And usually these players are really good at the game. Therefore, I need to try harder to win. Or to push for a choke point to unlock the rest of the map so I can just walk around on, well, not. You get my point. It's not fun playing with, you know, players who actually know what's going on, because most of the time when you play with players that actually know what they're doing, you know, the game is turning into a very serious game really quick. Especially when there's 2 Kritzkrieg medics on the other team and 2 veteran snipers that have their Hale's own Australian sniper rifles and stuff like that. I don't know. It sucks. That's why I keep playing on casual servers, because I get matched up. Well, of course, I get matched up with the occasional pub stompers, but I also get queued up with free-to-plays. And these free-to-plays, I don't know what keeps them around, because this game is just inflated with bots. Like, there's so much bots. There's so many. And I don't know what keeps them around, because if I joined at this time, like if I picked up this game now, I would just not pick it up again. I would just tell to my friends like, hey, this game fucking sucks. And it does. God, I feel so bad because this game is a lot of fun. Like the game, the community is it's such a shit show. And what people don't realize, the most fucked up part about this is that Valve still advertises this game. Like on their YouTube channel, on their Twitter, on their, you know, they publish cases and for people to open while they know that the game is unplayable. I don't get it. Like, I don't, like, that's so fucked up as a company. Like, and think about this, right? Valve isn't some like one standing company. They aren't like, oh, I don't know, Seek Scholar that made, you know, Cryofear. I'm gonna make Cryofear because, you know, everyone has watched the Pyrocynical video and people won't shut up about the Cryofear that I should play because I'm Swedish. Haha. They aren't like a tiny company. Valve isn't like one tiny company. They are, they're one company, but they're multi-billionaire. Like, they make a shit ton of money from CSGO, Dota, and whatever titles they make. And TF2 is no exception. Of course, I believe they make less money. There aren't many people that actually play TF2 at the moment, because their bot problem is just so huge. Because again, this subject of TF2's bot problem has exploded, quote unquote. God, I hate this. Everyone has talked about it, Moodahard talked about it, and we have sent mails to Valve, at least I've done it. People are saying like enough is enough, and the bot and like the people who host these bots are going like, oh shit. So they used ram the servers with, you know, a huge amount of bots. The bot problem has become a lot worse right now. Like when I queue up, like in the middle of the, not in the middle of the night, when I queue up in the evening with my friend, usually you get 3 bots in a game. And sometimes these bots actually crash the servers themselves. Who would have thought? Wow. And it's so fucked up that Valve just keeps releasing cases and doesn't really speak up about it. Oh, we muted the bots. Oh, thank God, so you can get media off your ass. That's the only change they did. Of course, they made a change in the summer where you could actually see the amount of time like a player was on the server before they got kicked, like in the kick menu. And that helped a lot by, you know, telling apart bots that actually copies the name of the individual that they're impersonating. So like, basically, one is the imposter. The bot can copy your name and profile picture, and people can accidentally kick you instead of the bot, and that's really annoying. That's why sometimes playing on 2 Fort is actually good, because those games can go on forever and people won't leave, so bots can't join. It's just sad, honestly. If you don't know, I love this game. I'm closing into 6,000 hours into this game. Of course, people have many more hours, don't get me wrong. People have way more. I think if they fix the bot problem, and like get the content, like get the things we need for this game to function, like they need to get some programmers in here to like fix it, because I think we deserve it. Even though people may say like, oh, TF2 is an old game, TF2 doesn't make as much money. Like, okay, so you're just gonna throw away a game with such a iconic style, and they're just gonna throw away like that just because it doesn't earn them enough money, or, you know, it isn't popular anymore. It's quote unquote dead by the game media. Who gives a shit? Look at fucking Skyrim. People still play that game. It's not relevant today, but who cares? It's a game, it's fun. And TF2 is somewhat relevant. Somewhat. I mean, you know, you can take like, oh, what game is the most unsupportive game of all time? Well, Team Fortress 2. There's your answer. Valve is aware that bots are just investing in just making people's life like a living hell just to play this game. It's fucked up, and they just keep releasing cases like it's nothing. I'm repeating myself over and over, but again, it's kind of what it boils down to. People like playing this game. Valve acknowledges that people are... There are bots that just crash the servers, make everyone lag, you know, spike. And they acknowledge this, but they just don't give a shit. They throw in some maps and unusual effects and cases and, you know, hats that, you know, and these hats that they throw in aren't the best either, because they don't really care. You can tell. Jesus. And the workshop, oh my god, it's just another whole take on it, because... You know, when it comes to the workshop, Valve at the moment doesn't really care what gets added into the game. They just pick the items that just fit the holiday theme. There's our case. Valve doesn't really support this game. The itty-bitty sliver of content that we have left, which is the workshop or hats, they don't really buckle up their pants and try to be like, alright, let's actually do something about this. No, they're stooping down to Valve's level and just makes the most boring and dumbest cosmetics ever. And that's the last bit of content that we have. Of course we have maps, but again, I want drip. It's a dress-up game. I'm gonna talk more about this later in like another video, because this whole workshop thing is just a whole nother video in of itself. Anyways, fix this game. Fuck. It's just sad, okay? I played this game when I was fucking 12, man. I've been playing this game for like a decade, and you're seeing it going down like this, it's just not fun. Is this video gonna do something? No. But it's a thing to vent. It's a thing to remind people that Valve is monetizing this game while it's unplayable. So yeah, there's that. So I'm gonna upload this, and I'm gonna go and work on my next funny casual video. So yeah, see ya.
cheeseburger.